Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about the Turbo Eldrazi deck that I am currently playing on Magic Online. I've done a few videos a few months ago, but I stopped because I'd gotten rid of my Primeval Titans, decided to sell them while they were hot, and now they've dropped in price, and I've picked them back up. The deck tries to cast an Emrakul the Aeon's Torn as quickly as possible. In order to do so, you use the power of the Cloud Posts by running the 12 post, 4 Cloud Post, 4 Glimmer Post, and 4 Vesuva. The deck is blue-green, with blue allowing for some disruption with Repeal, Force of Will, and then card selection search with Trinket Mage and Intuition, along as giving us some useful sideboard cards. And the green side of the deck is for land search and crop rotation and Primeval Titan. I play 4 Misty Rainforests, 3 tropical islands, then 1 each of island and forest. You have additional land search and expedition map, as well as card selection with Sensei's Divining Top. As additional lands, I run 1 Bojuka Bog and 1 Eye of Ugin, which offers some utility. Bojuka Bog is especially good against the dredge decks. You search it up as quickly as possible, and then take out their graveyard. And then every Vesuva you draw for the rest of the game takes out their graveyard. And then the other cards in the deck, Candelabra of Thanos, which allow you to multiply your mana, especially when you have multiple Locus in play. All is Dust, just a powerful removal spell in the format, usually castable as early as turn 3, and it's very difficult for most opponents to just have an answer to sacrificing all their problems. And then the finishers, 2 Emrakul, 1 Cosmic Butcher of Turth. The reason for 2 Emrakul is that sometimes you just need to go with the infinite turns. If you have 20 mana in play, you can 7, tap Eye of Ugin, go search Emrakul, cast it, and then on the next turn, search for your second Emrakul, cast it, after you've attacked, of course, to take another extra turn. And then just search and repeat every, the cycle lets you infinite turns, and you get to swing with Emrakul every other turn. The second swing is usually more than plenty if the first wasn't. The other catch-all card is a Pithing Needle in the main, searchable with Trinket Mage. Normally, against most opponents, I just name Wasteland. But Planeswalkers, things like Knight of the Reliquary, Stoneforge Mystic, whatever. It's a good card. Sideboard currently consists of 1 land target, Tabernacle, Pendrell Vale, good against decks that put out a lot of creatures, or aggro decks also is good. 3 Pithing Needles, 3 additional Pithing Needles to up the count to 4. Usually bring them against Wasteland decks, or decks, with activated abilities of artifacts, or Knight of the Reliquary decks, etc. Against combo, I have 3 Mindbreak Traps to complement the 4 Force of Wills. Against aggro decks, I have 3 Propaganda. And then against aggro decks, Show and Tell. Just to go with a different route if they attack my mana, but I usually can get to 3 mana and just, Emrakul, I win. And then currently in testing, but possibly extremely good, is 3 Druidic Satchel. I like to bring those in against both aggro decks if they're not the extremely fast decks, and control decks, because just getting value out of, either getting life against a bug, or putting a land or play is usually great. So, or getting a blocker. Cards that are possible additions, once I iron out a little bit more of I need all 3 satchels or all 3 needles, are as Circular Extractions, an additional graveyard hate, and that's the deck. There's different versions of it running around. There's some mono green versions. I like having Force of Will. This deck is usually pretty good against aggro decks, but weak against the combo decks. And having the Force of Wills helps a little bit. And I feel that after sideboard, when you have Force of Will, Mindbreak Trap, it's a little better. The deck is fun to play. I think it has very favorable matchups against the common control-ish decks in the format, blue-white blade decks and bug decks. The only card that has given me any problems recently is Liliana of the Veil. She's actually pretty good against us. We really don't want to discard, and if she ever ultimates, we probably just lose the game. Plus, in a pinch, she gets rid of our blockers and can get rid of Kozilek pretty easily. She's tremendous value against us, so that's when I Pithing Needle in game 1. But again, it's a fun deck. It smashes Counterbalance in my experience, so that's fun. I'm not sure if I haven't played against too many Snapcaster Mage decks yet where it's mattered. The guy's good, but I don't think this is a Snapcaster Mage deck, so I haven't tried him. There's certainly a possibility he's better than Trinket Mage in the deck. I mean, he can crop rotate, intuition, all this does. I mean, I don't know. It's repeal. It's possible. I don't think it's likely. I'll try to record videos of either daily events or two-man queues. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please leave them here on YouTube or wherever you caught this. Follow me on Twitter, Motozahori. And just a credit to Rockley on the Source forums. He's the one that's been championing this archetype. I'm pretty sure my build is currently pretty different than his. But this is what I've enjoyed, and this is what I have the cards for. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.